just get you vibing. I love it. I love the beat. I love the beat. Welcome back, Relics of Raw Sports Talk, episode 155. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube, listening on Anchor and Spotify. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, at Realism Pod on Twitter, and at Realism Sports Talk on TikTok. Yeah, we TikToking it up, baby. You know what I'm saying? We doing that. Fat Boy Fade Away. Much love to you. I want a special thanks for 360 Painting, locally here in Harrisburg, Virginia. You know, best pricing, quality work. All angles are covered with 360 Painting. Special big shout out to my man Lorenzo, who I just met today. Just subscribed on Spotify. Thank you. And your brother, hopefully Leo. Maybe we can get a little collab going, fellas. You know what I mean? Always loving my Commanders. Love for the Black Mamba. All the love for my mama. Special prayers for the lost family, friends, and basically like family. My brother's best friend. My son's best friend. The Blakey family lost huge figure in the community, Pastor Blakey. Our hearts and condolences go out to the family. Miss Shirita, Jakari's on, everybody. We feel for you on your loss. He was a quality man, and he touched a lot of lives. So keep them in your prayers, the Blakey family. Because we do more on Relative Sports Talk than just talk sports. But on Relative Sports Talk, we do talk sports from the Hall of Famers to the local talent to the big time storyline. And on this day, 2/3/23, MJ Day. Michael Jordan. That's why I had to wear my Jordan sweatshirt. GOAT Day. Speaking of GOATs, we over here, we got Brandon, who's the GOAT in everything in his mind. And if you want to debate against him, he'll go against you at any time. I'm Terrell, I'm the host, coach with the most, winning every debate, and it ain't even close. And my man behind the scenes is the producer, because whether he's on the scene or behind the scene, he keeping the show extra clean. That's my man Jared doing things. What's up, Brandon? You ready, baby, on GOAT Day?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with some things. We already know Tom Brady, who most people consider the GOAT as far as quarterbacks go. I'm gonna start with him. I'm not gonna go through all the accolades. I did it on Wednesday, but we know he won 7 Super Bowls. We know all the things he did. But Brandon, tell me why on this Jordan Day, Mr. Perfect, you know, not Mr. Perfect spitting your gum out, smacking it, but Mr. Perfect as far as basketball goes, winning the NBA championships every time he made it that far. Tell me why Joe Montana, who had no interceptions and he never lost in the Super Bowl, gets credit for being the GOAT and Tom Brady does.
I mean, I think it's a number of things. Terry Bradshaw did the same thing. 4 Super Bowls, 4 wins. Does anybody consider him a GOAT? You got to look at the talent.
No, because when you think
Montana had with him.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I think with the Steelers, when you think about those Steelers teams, you think about the doomsday defense. You don't think about Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, and it was loaded.
But my thing is, Tom Brady, who I do consider the GOAT, but as a Miami fan who has the only team that's been perfect, Brady's Super Bowls, that's a good hand of where Brandon go. He didn't went off the screen.
We lost Brandon.
Everything. Where'd he go?
Oh, we lost him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, he's back.
Yeah, you just said. Alright, you just saying.
I'm saying, all right, so we talk about GOAT status on MJ Day. And everybody knows I'm a Kobe lover. Love Kobe. I think that he's second best if we have to go that far. But LeBron James has done more. He's going to have more accolades than Jordan does. He probably won't have as many rings, but he's been there more times, and people will always say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. So why is it not flipped the other way with Montana and Brady?
Because
I got you. All right. Producer's telling me to put a timeout, not a TO, but a timeout real quick. I know you ain't Dolphin fan. Hold on, Brandon. Let the producer get you back on the screen real quick.
Yeah, I can see myself on your screen now. That's a chick beer and shit. Okay. No. All right. Yeah, I mean, if rings didn't matter, I would think Marino's the goat, but just because he's the best quarterback to ever throw the ball, but he didn't win anything, so I can't make that argument. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Kobe's came the closest to Jordan. LeBron can have all the points and all of that he wants because he started for 20 years. No other player's done that, so of course he's gonna have it. Now in football, I don't see anybody doing what Brady did. Not in our lifetime. I don't see it. I don't see it gonna happen. Right. Right. Right.
Moments when you think about Tom Brady, it could either be something he did, a game, or anything. What's your top three? Go to 3 to 1. 3 to 1.
3 to 1. 3 to 1. Number three, I think I will go back to what 2000, 2001 when he upset the Rams and won his first ring.
The first Super
But he
Bowl.
came in for Bledsoe. I think that was the year, right? Yeah,
Yeah, came in for
the first
Bledsoe.
Super
Yep.
Bowl. Because they weren't supposed to win that game. They was not supposed to win that game.
But remember that was 9/11, so they had the red,
Number
white, and blue. I
two,
don't know.
I know, I know. Number two would be winning his last Super Bowl at
Mm.
43 when he stomped Mahomes.
Okay.
31-9. If I don't even know if they scored 9 or something. That would be number 2. Number one would be the one where I watched the first half at your house and left and said he's gonna come back and win this bitch.
You
And he
did
came
say
back
that.
and won that bitch against the Falcons.
You did say that. Brandon be
That would
Brandon
be
be
probably yeah.
you be speaking stuff into existence. It's crazy. That's why I be saying that
That's number
Hansbrough
one.
jinx shit. That's why I be saying that stuff. My
Yeah, I think that's gotta be
top
number
3.
1 to me.
Huh? Yeah. So my number 3 would be the tuck rule. I think that started everything. Without that game, we don't know what might have happened. You know what I'm saying? As far as anything else goes.
Yeah. You don't
So
go
I think
through.
with
Yeah.
that tuck rule. Number 2 would be the game you talk about, the comeback versus the Falcons. Because I remember we were sitting there like, yo, he needs to retire. Yo, this might be the worst. This might be the worst game since Ben Roethlisberger in the Super Bowl, having the worst game ever. Or Peyton Manning. You know what I mean? And they came back and won. And then my number 1 is going to be the perfect season. Yeah, they lost the Super Bowl. But winning the regular season undefeated in this day and age, nothing against the Dolphins 72 team undefeated. But the parity and the way people get involved, I think going undefeated was a humongous thing that people don't celebrate enough because they didn't win the championship. You know,
That team was so stacked. They was blowing people out, man.
I
They
don't
was
want to hear nothing
blowing
about
people out.
stacked Alabama shirt on and everything behind you, stacked guy.
No, dude.
I don't want to hear that. Taking our coordinator, I ain't with
But that was a loaded receiving core. That was the best team he's ever had. And they just got lucky. The Giants got lucky.
But remember that, though.
That's what it is.
Remember, though, Randy Moss was a Raider.
Yeah.
People thought his career was washed up and over. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knew that it was going to be a superstar guy until he went to Tom Brady? So, I mean, I don't know.
Jerry Rice.
And did they have Corey Dillon that year?
What about Jerry? I can't see the comments. You ain't telling me nothing. Yeah. He wants to know about Jerry Rice about what?
Jerry Rice is the GOAT.
Oh, GOAT football player.
He's the best receiver of all time. Yeah,
I can't say that he's the GOAT. Maybe the best receiver ever.
Lawrence Taylor, in my opinion,
football players go. As far as football players go, when you're getting the ball from possibly the second best quarterback in football ever.
Kano is our first Patreon subscriber.
Oh my gosh, Kano! I can't wait to see you on the screen, baby. Our first Patreon subscriber.
Hey, I'm following you on Patreon right now.
You did what?
Yeah. So, I'm on Patreon. I got you on there.
He's on there
have
too.
To join the $2 club, the $5 club. Whatever.
Let's go. I can't wait to get on there. We're going to do some funny stuff on that joint, yo. I can't wait to do the live stuff on there. Yo. We're going to have a great time with the Patreon. It's only a couple dollars a month. But a couple dollars a month with the producer, Jared, he going to have us really looking clean. I can't, and maybe he can stop like messing up in the middle of the live show. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't have audio.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Nobody can hear me?
No, they can't hear. You're good now.
So nobody heard me talk about the GOAT. Are you serious?
For like, it's good. We're
5 minutes? I said a lot. 5 minutes.
Oh no, it was like 3 minutes, 3.5, 3:45.
Well, if you didn't hear me the first 3 to 5 minutes, check us out on Anchor and Spotify. And you can hear every beautiful thing I said in the beginning. This guy right here. He keeping this extra clean.
I got audio. I got it.
He keeping me muted, though. I don't know. All right, Brandon. MJ Day. Give me the top 3 Jordan moments, ideas, thoughts, whatever. Go to 3 to 1.
Number 3 is going to be probably the mid-air reverse hand layup against the Lakers in that.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
That one.
Hey, Kano, real quick. Hold on, Brian. Kano, Brandon right here. Did I call him Brian?
You did call him Brian.
Sorry, Brandon.
Known him for like 35 years.
Kano, Brandon knows about boxing, so we will talk about boxing. He loves that jump.
Yes, we will.
Anyway, go ahead, number 2. Brandon,
but number 2, number 2 would be Is it? I think it's the game he had against the Cavs, man. The game winner in Craig Elo's face.
There you. When he almost knocked him out.
Yeah.
I agree. That's
And
crazy.
then number one's got to be the push off whatever game 7 was it 6?
It was a
The
game. Yeah.
ice in Utah walk away
Yeah.
to GOAT.
I'm with you, baby, because I mean, there's so many with Jordan. I mean, he got the game.
Yeah, it is
He's
so
got
many.
all these big games. My number 3 was the dunk contest because that's where the jump man came from. The dunk contest off the free throw line. It's my number 3. Number 2, Craig Elo, like you said, that showed the whole he's gonna be clutch. And then number 1, of course, the push on Byron Russell. Bang, championship.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So enough of the GOAT talk. Let's get to some trash talking in the NFL. Because I saw the Bills owner after they lost talking trash to the Chiefs. We saw the Bengals, everybody talking trash to the Chiefs. And then we saw earlier Parsons talking trash about Hurts. Julian Love been talking about he talking about the coach not once but twice about the coach. And then Jerry Jones talking trash about the Eagles, talking about, well, we have a long-term goal, and they're doing like the Rams, and they're stacking their team. What kind of long-term goal? They talk about 3 decades before they get back to the Super Bowl? I don't know.
They got a 3rd-year quarterback or something, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, do you think that this is like fake news that all this trash talking is coming about, or you think it's big time storyline?
I mean, it's big time storylines, all in the fact that I think they're just haters, man. They're haters. Parsons and them can't compete with the Eagles. I said all year, once they started playing, I don't see anybody that can beat them if they are healthy. They are that good. I think offensively and defensively.
And we're gonna get to that part in the second part of the show when we talk about a preview of the Super Bowl. But Julian Love, who is a star player, young player for the Giants, talking about the coach for the Eagles, talking about all he has to do is just get out the way. Anybody can coach the team. He's just in the right spot or whatever. Tell me why this dude is a free agent. He's a free agent. So tell me why you talking trash about the Eagles, who they might have even picked you up and gave you a contract. Why are you talking? What are you doing?
Apparently trying to get his name out there because I think Sirianni could have been coach of the year. I don't even think he's a candidate.
We're going to talk about that later on.
Yeah, nobody could have just came in there and coached that team. I mean, would Nathaniel Hackett have them where they're at right now? I mean,
heard that. Football is one of those sports.
I mean,
I think you have to have coaching stability for football.
Yeah,
it's not 5-on-5 basketball where you can have a star team and they can just do whatever they got to do like AAU. Football, you got to have.
And he built his offense around Hurts, man. Like what Hurts can do, that's what he implemented in there. That's smart coaching.
That is. So speaking about unsmart things, I want to hear your take on this. Is it this? Which was the most realistic thing? So Jerry Jones said he's committed to Dak, but we're gonna draft a quarterback. And then on the same press conference, his son Stephen Jones is talking about we're committed to Dak and we want to get him a extension. Which one are you believing out here? Which one's real? Or any of them?
I think Jerry Jones is committed to Dak.
Is he?
Because he has to be. He has no choice. But I think he may draft the quarterback second round. I mean, it's not that many great quarterbacks, but giving him an extension, I don't see why. Why? What has he done?
That's what Stephen Jones said. Stephen Jones was talking about extension
Did
already.
he call shots or is Jerry Jones calling the shots?
I don't know. I think Jerry Jones is drinking too many shots. I don't know what's going on. But there's going to be a whole lot of free agent talk, which we'll get to some of it. But sticking with the Cowboys, the GM said he wants Zeke and Pollard back. Is that fake news or big time storyline?
I mean, he may want it, but it's fake news. It ain't happening.
It ain't gonna happen. Which one's gonna be there then?
I think Zeke
And that's crazy you said that.
because
That's crazy because most people would say Pollard, but Zeke's out here talking about he'll take way less money. And Pollard's looking at it like,
yeah,
I've shown enough that I'm gonna get paid by somebody. Most people would say Pollard, so that's interesting that you said that.
unless they franchise him coming off of a bad leg injury. So who knows if he's gonna be the same? The market, people might not want to pay that much money for him coming off that injury.
That's true.
So
That's true. And the star shines bright. We looked at their coaching staff. Their defensive coach was getting interviewed for head coaching jobs. And Kellen Moore, who was the golden child the past few years, thinking that he was the new young mind for coaching. So tell me why they just let him walk away. What happened with that? I thought he was supposed to be the man.
I've never seen anything special about Kellen Moore myself, and I don't know if he's gonna help Herbert or hurt him, but they knew he wasn't shit, I guess, and maybe they got a replacement in mind. I don't know who that could be, but I think the head coach is more of the problem. But
Now, with Kellen Moore being the offensive coordinator, they were between 7 and 10 every year as far as offensive production. So I guess he's not a scrub. But now they say that
I mean, they
Mike
have some
McCarthy.
talent, yeah.
So tell me why Mike McCarthy will be calling plays, and that's a good thing to help elevate Dak Prescott. Tell me why that's a good thing.
I can't. I can't tell you one reason why it's a good thing.
Jared, stop telling Kano what to do. Jared's a bully. Just concentrate on getting my voice out here and not getting me muted. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think Mike McCarthy is set up to get fired. They're going to let him cut his own neck and say, you get to call the plays. No excuses for nobody else. Call the plays and cut your own neck.
Yeah.
So there's different coordinators going this way and that way. So the Ravens, we already know people are stopped talking about Lamar, but this is a big deal, man. Lamar Jackson can change franchises. Now they're about to interview Byron Leftwich, who everybody seems like they got high regards for. Do you think that Byron Leftwich being the offensive coordinator could help keep Lamar, or no, or it's just about him?
I mean, I think he could help Lamar work on some things he needs to work on, but I think Lamar's decisions coming down to y'all don't respect me and you haven't shown it. I don't. I mean, they're going to exclusive franchise him, so it's going to be 3 first rounders to sign him, but someone might do it. I don't think he wants to be the, regardless of who they bring in.
I can see a
And I
franchise.
think Leftwich is great. I think Leftwich is great.
Me too. Me too. I know a franchise that loves overspending for talent. That's my team in Washington. So if anybody's gonna give 3 first-round picks for somebody, a running quarterback, have we done that before, Jared?
Yes.
I think so. Now, don't get me wrong. RG3 had that great year as a rookie, and he's a damn good announcer. I love listening to him on ESPN. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it. I
I
like
think
it.
he's good.
Yeah.
I really do. He's way better than listening to Kendrick Perkins going.
Yeah, I don't know how you got a job for real, but yeah.
So I think that he would be good, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough to keep him. But my boy Steve Wilkes, who didn't get the job in Carolina, we already know about D'Amico Ryans leaving the 49ers defense coordinator. Steve Wilkes helped Carolina, but that defense was good. I think you brought it up many times on the show, how they just went around doing all the different things. Tell me why Steve Wilkes might be an upgrade over D'Amico Ryans.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be an upgrade, but I mean, I don't think it's a loss if they get him. I think he's a great defensive coordinator, and I think he will be a head coach. Maybe after a year with the Niners. I just, I wish D'Amico would have went somewhere else because he's a Bama guy. I think he's set up for failure there. But we'll see. But no, Wilkes can be. They run a similar style, And all he's got to do is focus on defense. I mean, the Niners are going to be right back where they were next year.
Yeah, and that's the
Which is
reason why.
losing to somebody championship.
Yeah, that's the reason why I asked, because their defense is loaded. Their defense is loaded.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he don't have to really toggle with a lot of things. He has a great mind, you know what I mean? Who's going to be a coach first, Brandon? Steve Wilkes or Brian Flores?
Well, Brian Flores is interviewing with the team that he's suing. So if
Hey.
they don't hire him this time, I expect them to sue them again.
Hey, who cares? DeMeco
juggler that he is.
DeMeco Ryans won a lawsuit against the Texans, and now he's the head coach.
Yeah,
it can
but
happen.
Flores is like, I didn't get the job because I was black. No, you didn't get the job because you've never done shit your whole NFL career, dude.
But there's a lot of coaches
That's
out there
why
that ain't done shit.
Belichick had a defense and it gave you a title and then got rid of you. And we was dumb enough to sign you. But
so speaking of people that ain't
I think Flores gets one.
Oh, you think Flores does?
I think he'll be Denver's defensive coordinator, and they're going to regret both them coaching hires badly.
Ooh, really? Okay, that's gonna be interesting to bring up later. All right, so your quarterback. Speaking of people that ain't done shit lately, he's finally out of concussion protocol. He's finally out of that.
On the same day the GOAT retired.
Yeah, and after that happens, and he couldn't play in the Pro Bowl games and all that, so there's no more NFL things that he's obligated to do. Is that a coincidence, or is it? I don't know what's going on here.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. We didn't want him to play in that Pro Bowl
But it's not a game.
But still, you're a Pro Bowl quarterback, and then it's leveraged for a contract negotiation.
But he still is a Pro Bowler, right?
Like, nah, I don't think so.
I'm not counting Tyler Huntley as a fucking Pro Bowl quarterback. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know how he was next in line. I could have named 5, 6 others, but and we didn't want him to do that because we're going to teach him how to fall correctly. I know that sounds retarded, but that's a skill that's overlooked, I guess, how to fall down when you get tackled. So,
well, your GM said Tua will be our QB1 next year. Is that fake news or a big time storyline?
Nah, that's he's gonna be our QB1.
So big time storyline. He's gonna be the QB1.
Yeah.
This is fifth year option,
look at what
right?
he played, man. He was undefeated. No, he lost one game as a starter. So he won every single game except one for us last year. So,
but the doctors also said that he's more inclined to keep getting concussions. That don't bother you at all?
Well, they told us that he's no more likely to get one than anyone else.
Okay.
And there's been 140 some in the league this year, but they only talk about 2.
That's true. That's
I
true.
don't know why.
All right. And the day after Tom Brady retires, now Shanahan's talking about, we're not looking for a veteran QB. La, 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 la. Is that fake news or big time story?
I'm pretty sure they was trying to get Tom to come over there and get him to the Super Bowl because I think Purdy's done. Maybe his starting career is done. Yeah,
really?
6 months
it's done?
at least. He's out. Yeah. It was 6 months from that surgery. That's a long time, man. So Lance will be back. It'll probably be an open competition, but they'll probably add a veteran who I don't know. But yeah, they gave up 3 firsts for Lance. You might as well roll with Lance.
I feel you. So speaking of prima donnas and what we got to do, we don't know what's going on. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, I think, are getting to the point where the Packers are like, yo, we're done with you and whatever else. He's not going to retire because he does not want to go in the Hall of Fame with J.J. Watt and Tom Brady. He does not want to do that to himself because he is all about him, and he can't be on the same ballot card as those 2 guys.
God, that'd be a hell of a Hall of Fame class, though.
Yeah, but those other two guys are looked upon like class-type dudes, and people like them. Not him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's my thing, though. If he has to go somewhere, since we talked about the 2 teams, the 49ers and the Dolphins, who might be a quarterback who can get to that spot, what team would be better off getting to a Super Bowl or winning a championship? The Dolphins if they traded Tua and whatever else, or the 49ers if they traded Lance and whatever else to get Aaron Rodgers?
I think he would. I think. Don't get me wrong. I think we're better offensively than the Niners, but I think he'd have a better chance if he was with the Niners because of the division he would be in. And it's, I think, an easier road in the NFC. But I
Would,
don't think he's going to either one.
would you do the trade if you're the GM of the Dolphins and they say you got to give me Tua, maybe 2 first-round picks, and if they had to throw in something else? Would you do that for a chance with that squad to win a championship? Because y'all ain't won a Super Bowl how long?
73.
Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't give up that much.
What is that much, Brandon?
Nah.
What is that much? You're
We
gonna
don't have any first round picks. Flores got one taken away from us. We traded one to the Broncos, which they traded for Peyton.
I'm just saying, Brandon.
Because I don't know if we could win it this year with Brady, for real. I mean with Rodgers.
You ain't gonna win it with Tua, and you're gonna have to pay Tua after this year, right?
Maybe. Do we? If
You
he
have to
plays
pay
a
him
full
something.
season, yeah, we'll play him. But he hasn't done that since high school, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
I would do it if I was a Dolphin fan. I would say I'll take my chance.
3 firsts.
No, I said
3,
2 firsts
maybe
and
1
Tua.
first and
2
Tua.
firsts and Tua.
1 first and Tua. They give us love too.
I mean, y'all give away stars like Mika Fitzpatrick for nothing. So I mean, hey.
Well, hey, that was because Flores didn't like him, and they got no argument. Whatever.
All right, so I'm not going to even get to the Pro Bowl skill stuff because I know you despise it. But me and the producer was watching a little.
Did you watch it?
I'm watching some of it.
Was
I'm
it any
excited
good?
about most
Or
of it. Huh?
Was it any good? Was it
Yo,
any good at all?
it was the old school, the passing joint with the targets moving. They had one in the air.
It didn't look like it. Yeah.
I want to see
I saw the passing part.
the wide receivers, dude. They're going to be like
But they
flying
don't
in
do
the
nothing.
air doing
They said
stuff.
they had TikTok videos, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. We cut it off to make sure the internet was all perfect. But I'm
Yeah,
intrigued by it.
TikTok videos. There's only 3 of them.
Oh, I got to check that
I
out
don't
then.
know.
But Derek
Yeah, it's only
Carr.
like Diggs, Jefferson, and Surtain.
What'd she say? Ever since I started hearing you on
It's
this.
Diggs, Jefferson.
There you go. I'm trying not to shake the
What'd
table,
you say?
Brooke. I'm trying to keep it straight, yo. I'm trying to keep it straight.
She said ever since she started hearing you, it's been a great show.
So, look, they can't hear me again, bro.
They can hear you.
I can hear you fine, yo.
Ain't that something? But anyway, for the passing, you know the game is in Vegas, right? They're doing this in Vegas. We all know about Derek Carr, how they just kind of dismissed him. Well, he happened to be the last AFC quarterback to go. He had
I did see
a
that
certain
part.
amount of
Yeah, I
numbers,
did see that.
and he wound up winning it, and he took it personally, and he was talking about how he's going to be on a different team. And I'm looking at Derek Carr, and I'm looking at the numbers, and it says the next 3 years, $32.9 million, $41.9 million, $41.2 million. Tell me why that's worth getting him for that money, because we already talked about Jalen Hurts is going to try to get 50. We already see people getting 50. And Joe Burrow, he's going to get over 50. So what's a better investment, okay? Carr with the numbers I just told you, Jimmy G, Geno, or Daniel Jones?
For a team that's ready, that's close to winning.
I'm just saying as far as money-wise, the better investment.
Money-wise, I'm going Jimmy G because I don't think there's much difference in Carr and G. I really don't.
So you don't think Jimmy G's going to ask for more than 41.9?
Hell no. Coming off an injury, no. If he does, he won't get it. I don't know who. Washington may give it to him. I don't
Stop
know.
saying Washington.
Give it to him.
Washington might give it to anybody, yo. Tyler Huntley's in the Pro Bowl games. They might give it to him. I don't know. Our organization's like that, yo. I don't know. We be doing dumb stuff like that.
But when you looked at that quarterback skills competition, it looked terrible. I'm used to seeing like Marino, Warren Moon, Jim Kelly, Cunningham, and then you see Cousins, Geno Smith, Tyler Huntley. You're like, what the fuck?
That's because
Seriously?
everybody was hurt, man. People couldn't play.
Isaiah Tua would have won that shit, I'm sure. I mean, out of them bums.
Tua would have fell over trying to throw the moving targets, would have messed his whole mind
I
up and stuff.
mean, you know what? He's going to come in the second half of the Super Bowl like he did for Hurts before and win that shit. No shit.
Oh my God. So speaking about some dumbass shit like you just said, Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer. We already know about Urban Meyer. He was asked about the success of the Jaguars, and he's like, what is it? Is it the coaching? He had the nerve to say it was the free agent acquisitions that they got, and coaching had nothing to do with that. Why does this dude think he's above everything else and he never can get it right in his mind? What is going on with these guys?
This dude has been the biggest piece of shit in my eyes since he was at Florida. I've never liked this dude,
Yo,
but it's definitely coaching.
Everywhere he's been, Brandon. You talk about Florida, had the Cam Newton stealing people. You got Aaron Hernandez killing people. You know what I mean? You go to Ohio State, you got Terrell Price selling all their stuff. Maurice Claret, everything that he touches has been fucked up. I mean, I don't understand it.
And he always gets another chance. He'll probably get another chance somewhere, and I don't get it.
And why does he keep getting these chances?
People must think he's a good coach, but I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But another good coach that I'm pissed off about that's leaving is my boy, my offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees. What's the pros and cons of leaving? Because if you go to Alabama to be their offensive coordinator and you stink up the joint, is that going to be more of a detriment to you than staying with a team like Notre Dame and actually having success? What do you think?
I mean, I guess it's a high risk, high reward job he's taking. Because we have two young. I don't know what we're gonna do at quarterback. We're gonna have open competition. And this guy's what 30 years old. He played. It wasn't that long ago. He was playing for y'all. So
Yeah, he was playing for us.
he's a young guy. But I mean, I guess he sees an opportunity to go coach under Saban a year or two. If he makes some noise, he'll get a head coaching gig. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking. And Saban's high on him for some reason. So Saban must know something that everybody else don't know. So.
And I'm not going to question Saban. I'm not going to question that at all. I think
no, I'm not either. I mean.
So look, we're going to take a quick break real quick so the producer can put up a nice, cool stream like coming back soon like he does with all his creativity. But then we're going to give a preview about the Super Bowl. We're not going to dive deep into it, Brandon. But if you're not going to be on the show next week, I'll let you at the end of that segment give your Super Bowl predictions and stuff like that. But I'm going to talk about a little bit of historical value of the Super Bowl, dig into a little bit of things, roundtable, and then we'll finish with some NBA talk leading up to Wednesday. And hopefully at Fat Boy Fade Away podcast will be on there Wednesday. Because we got some Kyrie talking. We both Laker fans. So we'll be right back. And I want to read these comments because Kano is hilarious. Brandon, who's the best boxer right now for Kano?
Terrence Crawford.
He's the best right now.
I think pound for pound, Terrence Crawford.
Can anybody beat him? What's his next fight?
I wish Earl Spence would step in the ring with him, but I think he's ducking him. There's a lot of great fighters out there. Bevo is a great fighter. Beater B's a great fighter.
Who's the lightweight dude that I like that's a big showman? Who's that guy?
You like Tank Davis?
Is that who it is?
Is that who you like?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think he's getting beaten his next fight. He's fighting Ryan Garcia.
Who's your guy, Kano? Who's your guy? As we go to break real quick, we'll be right back, Brandon, get to Super Bowl talk, finish with NBA and Kyrie. Be right back. 360 Painting, shout out. Am I muted again?
Nah, there you go.
Look, I don't even know if I'm muted or not. You just guys like, you ready? I say yeah. Nobody can hear me. I don't know. Can everybody hear me now?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay. We back.
Can you hear me now?
Talk. The elite part now, so I had to pull out the rings, especially my new one for the championship. Oh, Chris, you get yours is coming, Chris. Yours is coming. To the demise of me and Brandon, since you beat us both to get there. But yeah, Brandon, we talking a little Super Bowl talk a little bit. But before we get to that, I want to get some historical things about this. Because in 1988, Doug Williams, my Washington quarterback, became the first black Super Bowl quarterback, not only to play, but he won, and he won MVP. That year, there was only two other starting quarterbacks that was black. Warren Moon, who I think is a beast.
Yep.
And
one of the best
Randall
passes I've
Cunningham
ever
for
seen
the
in my
Eagles.
life.
And Randall Cunningham for the Eagles. So I think it's getting it's moving in the right direction. Because in 2020, there was a record of 10 black starting quarterbacks. So it went from 2 in 88 to 10 in 2020. Now this year they broke the record.
Yeah.
This year they broke the record with 11. So here's my question to you. Is that fake news? Because 4 out of those 11 was Jacoby Brissett, who probably wouldn't be a starter. Geno Smith, who we didn't think was a starter. And
Come back, play it again.
Jameis Winston, who lasted.
He didn't.
You know what I mean? So and Trey Lance, who got hurt the first game. So is that fake news that
we don't count Deshaun Watson anymore?
Is it fake news they're increasing, or is this a big time storyline of things to come for diversity? What do you think, as far as the quarterback goes?
I mean, it's a big time storyline. It's history. It's never happened. Which is crazy. It's never happened, but it's never happened. Because I thought for sure Culpepper or Cunningham or somebody Vic would have went to the Super Bowl, but they didn't. But
yeah,
it's a big time.
Yeah, I remember when it was two black head coaches. What was it, Lovie Smith and Tony Dungy, I think, and that was a big time thing then, because we knew one of them was going to win.
Yeah.
So this is the first time
the Colts
ever.
Bears, yeah.
First time ever, two black QBs are going to start a Super Bowl. My big takeaway from this is they were both not heralded like that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes turned into Patrick Mahomes, but he wasn't like no first, second, or third pick. Andy Reid came up and grabbed him when nobody else was picking him. You know what I mean? And Jalen Hurts,
right?
What round did he get drafted in? Second.
Yeah.
And we were talking about him maybe losing his job this year. You know what I mean? So I think this is going to help certain things, because we look at the draft this year. Your boy in Alabama, we got CJ. It's a couple more that's out there, and I think this is just going to elevate
Anthony Richardson's pretty good.
Yeah, so I love that. But getting to the game. In your opinion, because I know you love Jalen Hurts, I know he's an Alabama guy.
I do like him. He's a good.
Yeah. What are you more impressed with? Hurts becoming Hurts and the way he just changed everything to get where he's at, or Mahomes doing all this stuff at an MVP level without Tyreek Hill? Which one are you more impressed with?
I mean, I think I'm more impressed with Hurts because I expected Mahomes to do the same things. I mean, he lost one receiver, yeah, but they got a few more to bring in. They still got the best tight end in a long time to play the game. They got one of the best coaches in a long time to coach.
Get to the coaches.
I mean, did Mahomes look terrific in that game? When you get 3 third downs, I guess you do look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I feel you. But not getting into the playoffs, but as far as the regular season goes, because you say, oh, they lost a receiver, they got other. I mean, we're talking about Juju Retread, Smith-Schuster, and Valdez Scantley, who played with not a scrub QB in Aaron Rodgers and couldn't amount to crap. You know what I mean? So we can poo-poo all these things about losing Tyreek Hill. But this is what Tom Brady did, being the GOAT, making, like you said, all these little white dudes, Edelman, Welker, and all these. I mean, I remember what was his name? Dion Branch. This dude he robbed Seattle for all this
Played
money.
2 different, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I look at Patrick Mahomes, and I think I said it at the beginning of the season because I said that they were going to be the last place, and then I changed my mind and said, you know what?
I thought
He's
so
going
too.
to elevate his status by not having Tyreek Hill, and he did,
Yeah, they both elevated each other. Tyreek had his best season ever without him. So
right. So here's my question though, because this is a GOAT show. Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying, and Michael Jordan Day. Mahomes is probably the guy that people can look at and say, if anybody's going to push that greatness of Brady, it would be him, since he's been to 5 straight AFC Championship games and so forth. He's only got 1 ring right now. So my question to you is, would losing this Super Bowl be more of a negative to his legacy, more than the winning aspect of it?
yeah, I think it would be more of a negative.
Why is that?
Because you've been to 5 straight, right? You beat San Fran because they beat themselves, really. Because Jimmy G missed a touchdown and some bad coaching. And McNabb with the 4 straight, he didn't win shit. So if you went to 6 title games, 3 Super Bowls, got 1 to show for, people want to dog Aaron Rodgers. He's got 1 ring, but he hasn't been to 3 Super Bowls.
True.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
So, and Burrow's coming up, and Herbert's coming up, and Allen's right there. It's not gonna get easier for him. So he has to win this one. I think he knows that.
I am totally agreeing with you. I think right now, if he said, you know what, I don't want to play anymore, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Right now. Right now. He's a Hall of Famer. Right now.
I mean, does he have Hall of Fame numbers? Maybe not, but
I think they would put him in.
There's worse quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame.
So I agree with that. If he loses this game and you only got 1 ring, you lose 2 Super Bowls, and you lost, 2 other AFC Championship games? Now you're starting to get down that LeBron road. I think that's the reason why LeBron gets so much hate, because you had all these stacked teams and you should have won. Not saying that Patrick Mahomes has stacked teams, but you are there and you're prepared and looked upon to be that next guy, but you can't win all the time. You know, I think that if he loses, and like you said, the people that are coming up behind him, it's gonna make that road harder. Yeah. He's got to win this game, yo. He's got to win. Got to win. Yeah. Period. All right, so we look at the defenses on both teams. The Eagles #1 in sacks. They're breaking records. The Chiefs are #2. The Chiefs are #2. We talked about both of the quarterbacks, their injuries. In your opinion, which QB injury is the most concerning for you?
I think it's Hurts injury. I think it's Hurts shoulder, because I don't think Mahomes' ankle's bothering him that much. And with what Hurts does running the ball, you noticed it last game. He slid a few times. He normally wouldn't slide. You know, he ran somebody over once, and then I think kind of felt it, was like, I ain't doing that shit again. So I think his shoulder really is hurt. I don't think he's 100%. But I think it's Hurts injury is more concerning.
And he does bring it up. I mean, he doesn't poo it. He's like, I'm not 100%, whatever.
And you can see it even when he's short arm and throws. Something's not right with his shoulder, but he's still playing. So.
And the only reason why I bring it up is because of the Eagles' historical season of sacking and doing all these things, and Hassan Reddick and all these different guys. I remember watching the Super Bowl you talked about before our break, when Patrick Mahomes' offensive line wasn't the best, and he got beat up. I mean, he got destroyedly beat up. So I'm looking at this Eagles front, and if he got a little ginger to him at all, could that be more concerning? Because as opposed to the pieces around Jalen Hurts to kind of take away some of that, you know, him running as far as that goes. That's the only reason why I bring that up.
Yeah. Because, I can see that point, because Hurts can always get away from some pressure.
Right.
I don't think Mahomes is getting away from Reddick and getting away from who else they got up there? Shoot, 4 guys that can sack you at any given time. So
right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So looking at both teams, Both teams spectacular year and everything.
Mhm.
Here's my question to you, because we look at the Chiefs, and you talked about the wide receiver or whatever. Looking at their free agents going into next year, they got Juju McKinnon, who has stepped up. Miko Hartman, who hasn't really filled the role we thought he would. They got 2 stud defensive linemen. Orlando Brown at left tackle. And then you look at the Eagles with Jalen Hurts, who's going to get some money with this new contract. He's going to demand the money. You got 8 defensive starters, free agent. Fletcher Cox, Graham. You got Kelsey, Bradbury, Miles Sanders, Gardner Johnson, who was leading the league in picks, Hargrave, and Quinn. Who has a better chance to get back, not to the Super Bowl, but to a championship game next year?
I'm gonna say Philly.
Philly, why is that? Because I look at Philly and I say, you're going to lose a whole bunch of people because Hurts going to take money.
Right.
But you're an easier conference.
Because that, and they have 2 first-round picks in this draft. They can address the running back position if Miles Sanders leaves. They can address a defensive need later in the first round if they need to. Miles Sanders may stay. I mean, I don't know. Gainwell, no matter who runs the rock, they seem to know what they're doing with their scheme. So, I think it's the Eagles.
Hey, man. And I can't argue with you. The only way I can say is they've been there 5 straight times. I mean, how can you argue with that?
Yeah, no, they have, but they go out. Kelsey getting older. Andy Reid, how much longer is he gonna do this? What free agents they got?
They got Juju, Jerick McKinnon,
No,
2
he's not a
stud
free
defensive linemen. Now, Clark's not going nowhere. He's on the contract. Orlando Brown Jr. left tackle. I think that's huge for them to pick up.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think you have to have him. I mean, Ronald Jones is a free agent, too.
I mean, shit. Edward Hilaire was the first top 10 pick or some shit, too. Where's he at?
He was a fantasy bust.
Yeah, man, I know. I'm gonna say the Eagles still, just because I think the NFC is slightly easier.
Okay. Hey, that's why I asked. It's interesting. So looking at the coaches, like you said, Andy Reid, and you brought up the coach of the year. Now, in the AP, it was only 3 coaches that there was there. It was Shanahan for the 49ers, Daboll for the Giants, and Peterson for the Jaguars. Now with this whole NFL honors, because I think there was a big hoopla, the NFL, when the fan bases and the internet and everybody starts talking about something, the NFL wants to change things real quick. You know what I mean? They want to add I gotta be good for the public. You know what I'm saying? So now they've added Sirianni and they've added McDermott. But taking away the NFL honors for the AP, yeah, for the Bills.
Yeah.
Who deserved to be a finalist more? Andy Reid or Sirianni?
I mean, that's tough, man. I would say Sirianni because they had the best record in the league with a less experienced team. I mean, AJ Brown's first year.
Less experienced team.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a veteran QB that's been there before.
No, not QB, but you heard Love. He said all that experienced offensive defense, anybody can coach that team.
Yeah, but where's Love at right now?
Hey, I think it's a good question. I think it's a good question.
He's just mad because they got shitted on TV and just couldn't do nothing about it.
They played each other 3 times.
Reid is a great coach.
Yeah. They played each other 3 times and the Giants never led.
Yeah. They both can be in there. I don't know if McDermott should really be in there. Maybe. But why not fucking
Carroll?
Name does slip. Why not Kevin O'Connell? Is that his name? The Vikings head coach. I mean, he did pretty good in his first year.
He did. But if you're going to do O'Connell, then you got to talk about Belichick, and then you got to talk about some other guys. You know what I mean? I feel what you're saying, though.
Pete Carroll did a pretty good job. Yeah. I mean.
But I think that shows you why coaching matters in the NFL as opposed to the NBA, because we're talking about so many coaches that can change a whole organization. If you're listening to on the podcast, I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one. I know this one's about to go off in a minute because we still got to get the NBA real quick. If you're on YouTube, we still gonna be live right here. So here's my question, Brandon. Here's my question. Going forward, Andy Reid, Sirianni. Who has a chance to get the next one? Because Hurts is gonna get money, which means your team's gonna lose players.
You mean after this year? Who has a
after this year?
I'm going to say Sirianni based on I don't think Reed's going to coach more than 2 more seasons. I don't think he's. I mean, he has nothing left to accomplish or prove. He's getting older. I just don't see him staying much longer.
Will this ring mean more to him beating Philadelphia because he never could win a ring? Or could this damage him more by Philadelphia winning 2 rings without him winning one of them?
No, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's going to damage it. But I think it's going to mean a lot if he beats Philly and gets this ring. I think it'll mean a whole lot to him because he was so close with so many times with McNabb and I don't even know what happened all those years. Something happened. So.
All right, Brandon. So if you're not gonna be on next week, go ahead and give it to me. Eagles or Chiefs? Who you got winning?
You know who I want to win, man.
You want the Eagles because you like Hurts
and Smith and a lot of players, but
who you got?
I'm going to say I'm looking at the spread right now to see what's changed. I'm going to take the Eagles.
What is the spread?
Eagles are favored by 1.5.
Pick'em game. Okay. So you're taking the Eagles
over under. I am taking the Eagles to cover. Yeah, I am. I think it should be a great game. I don't see how either defense is going to really shut down the other. 50
both
points
quarterbacks are banged up.
Yeah. I mean, and KC did not look good last week, and Cincinnati's D is not great.
Hold on, Brandon, real quick.
Maybe Arian Foster is right.
Hold on, Brandon, real quick. Hey, if you're back on Anchor or Spotify, we got the GOAT, Brandon, out here telling you who's going to win the Super Bowl, if they're going to cover, over, under, and who's going to be the MVP. Go ahead, Brandon. Who you got? You said the Eagles are going to cover?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Eagles cover. I will take the under 50.5 points as it stands right now.
Okay,
and I am going with my guy, Jalen Hurts, will win the MVP.
Hurts will win MVP. Isn't it always a daggone quarterback that wins? Well, I guess Cooper Kupp.
But no, because I think Edelman won the last Patriots Super Bowl. Yeah, when they scored 1 touchdown, I think.
Hey, Kano. Yes, these are fantasy football rings. These both are in the 12-team league. The guy, the GOAT right here, is won. How many you won? 2 in the 14-team league?
2 been to 4. Yeah.
Hey, we don't care how many you've been to, LeBron. We don't care how many you lost.
I know. I showed my LeBron-ness. I know.
But so that's what the GOAT says. He says the Eagles will cover. You said under?
Under 50.5, I believe, yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts MVP. Hey, he be getting it right, yo. Go ahead and put your money where his mouth is, yo. He be making the money on the betting lines. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. All right. NBA time. You and me are both Laker fans. The Lakers actually the Lakers actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, especially with LeBron load management and Anthony Davis, shocker, getting hurt again.
Yeah, give him 2 weeks. He'll be hurt again.
We got the boy from Gonzaga. What's he? Hachimura, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
but he's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
So here's my question to you. Is this fake news or big-time storyline that Kyrie asked for a trade? Because he did it last year. Kevin Durant asked for one. Nobody got one. Is this just fake news or something big gonna happen out of this?
No, he asked for a trade, and I can't blame him. I do like Kyrie. He's probably my second favorite player. But the reason he asked for it is because the deal they was offering him was bullshit.
Yes.
They
Yes.
offered him an extension based on them winning championships. Um,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, nobody wants to be. Yeah,
Why wouldn't you give him an extension if you got Kevin Durant there with his deal? Don't you know that's going to be a detriment without him? I mean, then you have to worry about.
don't you see what Kyrie's been doing too? Like he's been killing. I mean,
30 points a game with KD out.
yeah,
So
and
I
they're
don't
winning.
understand.
I mean,
I don't understand why they won't commit to him. I really don't understand what's going on with it. So here's my question. Here's my question, Brandon. Let's say Kyrie did get traded to the Lakers. Who would have a better shot at winning the championship? Kyrie staying with the Nets because they've been doing good and Kevin Durant's about to come back. Or him with LeBron and AD against that West. Which way would he have a better chance of winning the championship?
I think he has a better chance of us, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Lakers fan, because I cannot stand LeBron and I don't like AD, but I think he has a better chance with us.
Why is that?
The West is a little bit easier, I think, and him and LeBron got that chemistry, and if you'll recall, he's the reason they came back and beat the Warriors and won that series. It wasn't LeBron, it was Kyrie putting up 40 some, taking the rock from Steph. Because he's a clutch dude, man. And I don't know if we got enough to make it happen, but I hope we do.
I think we do. We got 2 first-round picks, and we got Russell Westbrook's expiring contract. Somebody can make
But do
something
they want
work.
that?
I mean, I don't know if the Nets are going to want that, but he already said if you don't trade me, I'm walking away at the end of the year. This ain't no franchise tag in the NBA. There ain't none of that going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's either gonna be you got to get what you get and don't throw a fit, or you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, for real. But I think Luca has a chance of getting him a backcourt teammate. I think that's a good chance he goes there too.
All right, so Kano said LeBron and Kyrie won't play nice these days. What do you mean? When he announced he wanted to trade, LeBron's on Twitter like, oh, eyeballs and the king and everything else.
Yeah, LeBron's like, please give me some help.
LeBron's like, give me all the help.
Well, yeah, because he has to have 3 Hall of Famers to win on this fucking team. I forgot.
You're exactly right, dude. Exactly right.
I don't think he's won
Exactly
without
right.
a Hall of. Yeah, no, he hasn't. No.
I'm all with that. I'm all, and Kano, yes, we will take him. The Lakers will take him. I'll take
I
him.
love Kyrie.
I'll take you right
and
now.
Westbrook can go. I don't give a fuck where he goes. $47 million. He is ass.
And
Looking like a lesbian out there.
And his haircut be fucked up. We looked at it. What show was it, producer? We were looking at Westbrook's haircut. It was awful. Oh, we were at Derek's house. It was awful, dude. Like, what are you doing? You did look like nothing against lesbians. Nothing against them. They're great. Whatever. We all have the same taste.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't care. He said 2 ball hogs. I mean, I don't know, man. You got LeBron that can pass. I don't know. They made it work before, so I don't know.
knows when to pass. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my question, Brandon. KD is the center of the whole thing to me. Why does everybody always want to get out of there? They had James Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving, and nothing ever developed. It was always something this and this and this. Hire this coach, fire this coach. Why does KD not get any of this blame?
I don't know. I was trying to think that myself because I was like, the Nets are a terrible organization. Everybody wants to leave, and then I'm thinking, well, he left Golden State. He left OKC because everywhere he goes, is he hard to get along with? I don't know what it is, man. Like he never speaks up for Kyrie. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're not getting along. I mean, but yeah, they're not gonna win, and I think Kyrie knows that. So
now you talk about speaking up. I remember when they were in OKC, people used to dog Westbrook, like, give KD the ball at the end of the game. Da, da, da. He would step up and defend Westbrook. Like you said, Kyrie and
Yeah.
he came up with this elaborate plan to do all these different things. I ain't heard him say nothing supporting him at all. So I don't know what plan they had or what's going on. He's just one of these fake tough guys that's an internet tough guy. Because he'll get on Twitter and have a fake account and do all kinds of things and say all these different things. But when the chips are on the table, he's like, trade me. I want an easier route.
Yeah.
I don't know. So the
Yeah,
trade
Durant's a
deadline.
great scorer. I ain't taking nothing from him. But
Oh yeah. Trade deadline's next Thursday. I want to do an NBA show. Hopefully Fat Boy Fadeaway can be on there. Hopefully you can be on there. We're gonna talk trade deadline. The producer might even talk about his whack ass Spurs. But I hate the Spurs, yo. Hey,
you and Keith, I hate
it's cool, yo. He a
that.
Mets fan like me. He a Washington fan like me. But he fucking Spurs. I hate them.
I don't mind them anymore. Are they still a team in the NBA?
Oh.
I can't remember. No,
I
I mean
can't say
seriously.
shit.
I know we suck, but they got to be worse, right? Maybe they're not. I
I
don't
don't
know.
even know, but I know like 10 teams can make the playoffs, and we ain't even make it with LeBron James and AD, so I can't really talk.
We're not gonna make it this year either.
So that'll be next week, and then Friday will be the Raw show where we do all ins and outs of the Super Bowl. But before we go, since it's GOAT Day, I'm gonna do Scapegoat instead to finish it off. Tell me why LeBron James is about to break a record that nobody thought was gonna happen with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scoring wise. Why is this not like a big time gigantic thing? Why is it? Is it because it's LeBron, or what is it?
I thought it was pretty big. I'm gonna tell you, it's hard for me to watch the NBA in the regular season because it's too long, especially during football season.
Yes.
But I guess it's a big deal. But is it the same? Because nobody plays defense anymore. I don't even think they try to play defense in the NBA. I mean, it is pathetic. And he started since he was 17. He's 30. How old is he?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to LeBron.
He's been playing for 20 years as a starter. So, yeah, he probably should have been past Kareem by now. So, big
Hey,
deal. You
Brooke, I
scored the
don't need
most
to hate.
points. You still got 3 rings, bro. So.
Yeah. I don't have to hate on the Spurs. They do enough for me. He said that they fold already. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yo, Relatives of Sports Talk episode 155, GOAT Day, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. We could debate all day about if they are the real GOATs or not. I know it ain't LeBron, so we ain't got to worry about that.
I don't think it's much a debate.
And which one, the football or basketball?
Either. I mean, the only person you can debate in basketball would be Kareem, and I'm gonna put MJ above him.
Yeah, I don't have Kareem in the
Brady's
top.
the best quarterback ever. Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever. I mean,
So let me ask you a
I can't say
question,
he's the
Brandon.
best football player ever.
4, maybe even 5 of his Super
Uh-huh.
Bowls could have went either way. Let's say half of them went the other way, and he only got like 3 rings. Would you still say he's the GOAT?
Only 3. With
I'm just
only 3
saying.
rings.
I'm just saying.
But does he still not have every touchdown record, every yardage record, every record? He
But
still holds that, right?
but I'm not a stat guy. I don't care about the stats. Stats can be manipulated all day. Look at LeBron. I mean,
I mean, yeah. Would I call him the GOAT? Because who would have more? Bradshaw and Montana.
let's say he had 4, just
If
like
he had
Montana.
3 rings, I would say he's better than Joe Montana yet. Because I didn't see Joe Montana do anything without John Taylor, Roger Craig, Jerry Rice, Dwight Clark, Ronnie Lott. The list goes on and on.
Tom
I've seen
Brady.
Tom Brady go to a team in that same year.
Yes.
The first team won the Super Bowl. So
Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay ends all debates
winning
because
his first year.
there's no Belichick there. I think that's huge. So, oh, shit. Kano said Marino's the GOAT. Kano and Brandon
that's a
got a lot
smart
in
guy.
common.
And I knew I liked this guy. He likes boxing, and he realizes Marino is the best passer of all time.
Who's his favorite
Unfortunately,
team?
he's on a team that didn't have shit.
Who's his favorite team? Anyway, one last question, Brandon. One last question. So, Tom Brady, we already know about how he loved the 49ers. He grew up being a Joe Montana fan and all these different things going on. We hear about the surgery for Purdy, Trey Lance, and whatever coming back, and we don't know when. And Jimmy G, they're splitting ways. And the big clamor was Tom Brady can go. Oh, he likes Washington? I guess you ain't that bad then. But the big deal was Tom Brady going to the 49ers to get a ring. Here's my question. Why do you think that never entered his mind to do it? Would it have been a negative if he would have won or lost, or a positive to get that 8? Did it mean that much?
I don't think it meant that much. Maybe he's gonna, I was gonna say, gonna try to like get his family shit together, but I don't think so. I hope he stays
Hell
retired.
no.
I'm still not sold. But
I was gonna ask that.
I don't know if he will. But I think he was waiting on maybe a different team,
Like who?
and it just didn't happen.
Miami?
I really, maybe Miami, but I don't think we had enough for him to get there. I think San Fran, he could have won a Super Bowl with them. Um, but maybe he just feels he don't have it because he did not look the same last year. And Cowboys can say they beat Tom Brady in his last game. That's the one thing that I hate.
What? That's what the Cowboy fans do. They brag about stuff like that. We're the last team to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl or whatever.
That's the last image of Brady walking off the field losing to the Cowboys.
So what? You watching the Eagles in the Super Bowl the second time in 6 years, and it took y'all 3 decades to get back, and you still ain't there yet. I don't want to hear that, Cowboy fans. They are delusional. Delusional. Hey, I appreciate your time, Brandon.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate all the comments.
Yeah, man.
All the people that signed up for the Patreon. Much love. We got some funny stuff behind the scenes. And Jared's gonna keep us looking extra clean. Appreciate everybody. See you next time.